Welcome to Crowning Around, where every woman wears a crown, whether she's 17 or 70. I'm Joan Caliendo, and this is the space where magic happens when women empower women. Each week, we'll dig into topics like ageism, stepping into your power, and everything in between. And today, we're kicking it all off with a queen in her own right. Me, Ms. New York Senior America. Good evening and welcome everyone to our Thanksgiving Eve podcast. And we're so happy to have you all here this evening, but I'm happier because I'm here with a dear friend of mine, Miss Kay Hill. I am so thrilled that she agreed to come on the show because it is our Thanksgiving show. And when we talk about gratitude and friendliness and kindness, this is the person who is the epitome of those words. So today's show is, what if we were just grateful for everything today? That is the title of our show. So let me begin by introducing you to my guest. Kay is a former NBC page. She also was someone who had an illustrious career at the New York Times for over 30 years. She was a wife of 55 years, and Kay married her high school sweetheart, Norman, who she knew from the 7th grade. If we could put up that lovely photo of them celebrating their 50th anniversary, that would be wonderful. Because it's a picture. It's the second picture, actually. We're going to get back to that one. Bobby, I went ahead a bit. So that picture is a picture of the lovebirds from high school?
High school.
Wow.
The bottom one is our 25th anniversary where we moved into the house in Freeport.
Wow. And on the left is high school prom?
Yes. Senior prom on the left, junior prom on the right.
Oh, how lovely. But you knew Norman from the 7th grade forward.
Yes.
Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
And the very first picture is actually how Kay and I met, because Kay is also a Miss New York Senior America, and she won that award in 2006. And there she is with one of her mentors, Miss Marlene Schuss, that we'll be speaking about later on in the program, who greatly influenced her life and her career in pageantry. So that's a little bit of the background of how Kay and I met. Another thing for you to understand about Kay is that she's a mom, and she raised 3 very successful children, and she also has 3 grandchildren. So if we could show the family picture, I do believe that's from your 50th anniversary, yes?
Yeah.
And these little children in the picture are now
20. The one in the white dress is 20 years old.
Okay.
And the infant that you could barely see, Lyric.
Yeah.
She's 14 and she's very tall, and she
very
plays
tall.
basketball. And,
And look at that beautiful family photo.
and
That's
Erica in the
lovely.
yellow, Robin standing next to my son. She's firstborn. She always tells us, I'm number one. So
As it should be.
Yes.
And who's the baby? Erica?
No, the baby is Erica in the yellow. Yes, she's a lot. There's 10 years between Erica and my son.
Okay.
And 15 years between Erica and I don't know what happened.
Is she the most bold, though? Usually the baby is the most bold.
She is.
Because I'm the baby.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that about myself.
She is. She absolutely
Go,
is.
Erica.
Yes.
I feel you. I understand.
She is definitely, yes.
And I know she's watching.
Yes.
Also to note about Kay is that she honed her musical talents on the stages of Harlem and Philadelphia. And we have some beautiful photos of her performing. Where was this one, Kay? Where were you singing in this particular shot?
Actually, this one was at the National.
The pageant?
At the pageant, for the National. And that year it was held in Vegas.
Oh,
so
big
I had
shot. We had to go to Atlantic City. You went to Vegas?
I went to
big
Vegas.
Shot.
I went to Vegas. But my singing, I sang in everything in high school.
Okay.
And then, my father used to play a banjo in a small band, but he decided that was not going to support his family. And so when I said that I wanted to be a singer, he was very discouraging. And me being the proper daughter, I let him discourage me, while other people that I know from high school went on. But anyway, at age 58, I decided I was going to do something.
You waited a little while.
Well, listen, my kids.
You really jumped on that opportunity.
Well, I had to get my kids.
No, you raised your family. Right. I understand.
And it became my time.
I fully understand. My question is, you were born in the Bronx?
I was born in the Bronx. My family moved to Philadelphia when I was 9.
Okay.
I was raised by a stepmother who was wonderful. My mother died when I was very young.
Okay.
So my father became a carpenter, and apparently the work was better for him in Philadelphia. So we moved to Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia is where I met my husband.
Yeah. Okay, but then you moved back to New York.
After I was out of high school, they moved back. I came back. So I actually, even though my formative years were in Philadelphia, I definitely consider myself a New Yorker.
I do too.
I
do too. You're definitely although both locations very rich in musical theater and performances.
Absolutely.
So you definitely were in the hub of where you needed to be, but you waited until you were 58 to find that inner voice. But we love that about you.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, I was privileged to meet Kay at the pageant in 2024. And I can still remember standing up at the luncheon and saying, ladies, I'm sorry that I'm not as sparkly and as glamorous as the rest of you who are blinged out at every single luncheon and event. And Kay said to me, don't you worry about that. You be you. And you be who you have to be as the queen. And that's the way I was when I became the queen in 2006. And I took that to heart.
Yeah.
And so we're minimally blinged. Trust me.
Yes. Compared to some of our sisters. Yes.
But if you could just show that picture, Kay was gracious enough to come to an award ceremony that I was fortunate to win at Russo's on the Bay in Queens. That is not the photo, but that is a stunning photo of Miss Kay. It's the group photo. There it is.
Yeah.
And we celebrated that evening with CJ and Patty and Pat.
Right.
And we had a lovely evening celebrating the power of women. So if you're getting a feeling for why Kay is here, as I said, what would happen if today's show was all about the positivity of being grateful for just about everything? And I thought we take that platform and go forward into the Queen's Court by starting with our questions that really emphasize positivity and, forgiveness and gratitude at this Thanksgiving time. So my first question for the Queen's Court period is, I agree that we must always find the time to stop and thank people who make a difference in our lives. And I feel very, very strongly about that. And I have done that over the years routinely. But I was interested to hear from Kay over her span of 82 years young. Who were the people who made the biggest difference in her life in the past and then in the present? So let's start with the past. Who made the biggest difference in your life in the past?
Well, in the past, I would have to say it's the woman who raised me, my stepmother, Willa Mae. When people say that I am classy, I think about her because that's where I learned it. She was a very classy lady. She said things, she would say things to me, well, you can't eat your food outside. You come in your house and you sit at the table and you eat your food. Now, of course, we don't do that anymore, but and just everything was just so, certain things you don't wear, certain words a lady doesn't say.
Right.
And I learned that from her.
Was she as glamorous as you?
She was glamorous, yes. I remember she and my father were going out one night and she had on this long slinky, and she was, kind of a full-figured woman, but it had like a fishtail at the bottom. And I said, oh, Mom, that is really nice. I was,
It made an
you know,
impression on you.
yes. And so I was, and she always made up. I, my mother, even if she wasn't going anywhere, she powdered her face, put
Oh.
on her red lipstick.
Oh.
Her nails were always red.
And this is Kay. This is Kay, no matter where we are.
Yes. And that's how she was. And she never wore house dresses.
Wow.
She'd wear tops and like some pants or something,
Mhm.
but I never saw her in what you call, I don't know.
Yeah, like a house coat, a duster.
Yeah, no.
She didn't do that.
No, she didn't do that.
So
And I don't do that.
and you would never do that. But
Never.
she set such a beautiful example for you, but not only in her appearance, but in her mannerisms and in her
Yes.
etiquette
Yes.
and how she treated other people, which
Yes.
I would say that's true of you as well.
Absolutely. And I always knew that she loved us. She loved me and she loved my brother. And she, when people talk about, cruel step parents or whatever, I never experienced
Yeah,
that.
Disney. We got to get off that kick. It's very misogynistic. I'm sorry. Okay, so then how about present? Someone you would like to thank for making a difference presently?
I believe that I have said to this person who's no longer with us, how much she meant to me. And it's Marlene Schuss, because she was instrumental in me becoming, going into the pageant. And she was relentless.
Relentless, yes.
Relentless in a fun word.
Yes.
I'd come home and I'd say to my kids, I think this lady is crazy. She just keeps on. And I told her that. Any number of times, and we'd laugh about it. And I felt so close to her. And sometimes she'd call me and say, I was listening to the radio in the car on Sinatra, and I heard this song, and I think it was by Ella Fitzgerald. I thought of you. You could do this song.
Oh, that's great. That's high praise.
Yeah.
But where did she first see you before she started haunting you?
Oh.
I need to hear that part.
Well, there was an advertisement in one of those papers. I can't think of the guy who used to have these senior, there'd be a paper with senior information, and they were doing a senior idol, and I saw it.
Oh.
They were doing a senior idol, and I said, oh, I had
I could
just
do that.
retired. I said, well, let me just see what this is all about. And so I went to, I think it was being held at Suffolk Community College. So I went there and auditioned, and I didn't get I didn't get it in, but that's where I met Marlene, and she said, oh, I have something for you. She said, how old are you? I don't know whether you're old enough. I said, I'm 62, and I was 62 at that time. She says, oh, okay, good. And I said, why? Because, I was like leery. And when she told me about the pageant, I said, oh, no. I don't do pageants.
I'm not a pageant girl.
I'm not a pageant person at all.
No.
And she said, no, but you don't have to wear a bathing suit, and it's about elegance, and it's about your inner beauty, and da-da-da. So I went home, and I told my kids, and they all said, oh, you should do it. It's a new thing.
That's wonderful.
You should do it.
I was just going to ask, what was the reaction from your family?
Yes, they said, do it. Do it.
And your husstand,
And my
too?
husband said, yes. He said, yeah, listen, you're not working anymore, so you can do whatever you want to do.
Wow.
So that's what I did. I filled out the application, paid whatever the fee was. And then I said, okay, I've got to find some clothes. I don't have any fancy clothes. I don't have,
Right.
And I have to say that the gown that I wore in the pageant was not probably the best choice, but I was so un-pageant-like.
Right. Same.
Yeah. So I went, I don't remember who I went with, but anyway, I got a gown, and suffice to say, it didn't really matter because I won on whatever.
Because you won with your sterling personality and your ability to sing and your glamorous way. And Marlene saw that from the beginning, and she was
did.
right,
She
because
was a
she knew
big
how to
fan.
pick them. She
Yeah.
definitely knew how to pick them. I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of having Marlene at my pageant, but
I
she
wish-
definitely pursued me.
Yes.
She definitely pursued me. And when I
Yeah.
heard she passed, that was really the reason why I agreed to the pageant, because I felt
Really?
like I would
Yes.
let her down
Right.
spiritually if
Right.
I didn't follow through.
Right.
So here we are together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Cameo sisters, they call us.
Yes.
Just letting you all know that at home. Okay, this is my second question, and this took me a while because Kay and I had this conversation before we went on air, and I think we both agreed. But you'll listen to her reply and maybe ponder this yourselves. If the only prayer you ever say in your life is thank you, that will be enough. Do you agree with this sentiment?
No, I don't think thank you says it all.
Okay.
Thank you is the beginning, and then you expand on what has happened, what someone did for you,
Right.
or what has happened in your life.
Right.
No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with saying thank you, but then thank you, like I say, thank you, God, for the house that I live in, the
Right.
food that I eat, the
Right.
children that I have, and
My health.
my health. Exactly. Yeah. You have to
I
elaborate.
agree too. I mean, I think it's definitive. Thank you that you're taking the time to acknowledge that whatever the Lord sent you or your
Mhm.
friends and family have done for you, like,
Mhm.
thank you. I really appreciate
Right.
that.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's enough, because we're wordy
Yeah.
and we need to say more. And
Exactly.
we need to explain why we're saying thank you. So that
Yes.
might just be the semantics of us. But
Yes.
thank you is a beautiful word, and it is
Yes.
something that should not be taken lightly when you do say that
Exactly.
to people. And you know what?
Exactly.
Sometimes even if somebody's holding the door open for me and I say thank you, it goes a long way.
It absolutely does. I just this morning was thinking about this whole thing about thank you. And I said, I automatically will say thank you to people who do the smallest thing.
Right.
Like opening the door,
Right.
holding the door.
Holding the door.
Holding the door.
Right.
It's just like automatic.
Right.
Because no one has to.
Right.
But it's always wonderful if they do.
And you acknowledge it. And
Yes.
remember, we're from New York. That's not an easy
Right.
doors get slammed,
Right.
puddles splashed. But when at the end of the day, I noticed this after COVID, and I have to say I noticed this. Either people became they recoiled and they stopped speaking and they weren't going to be personable, or they were so happy to be out that they were very gracious and saying thank you over the top. But I also find maybe it's because we're aging that people are trying to help us. People are trying to help us.
That's right. Every day.
So thank you goes a long way. You want to help me with these packages? I would
Yes.
love that.
Yes. Thank you so
I
much.
would absolutely love for you to package them. And how about you just take them to the car too, and then bring them into my home? That would be even better. But okay. So here's the last portion of that question, a follow-up to is thank you enough? When I was doing the research for trying to come up with questions for another queen, it took me down a rabbit hole of royalty. And evidently, when the Queen of England really, really appreciated something that was done for her. Now, remember, everything was done for her.
Right.
She would write a handwritten note to someone, right? And we all know that that's kind of gone by the wayside. People don't write notes anymore, but I do too. I still do too. Goes a long way. I have little thank you cards in my drawer, and then I write a personal note, but it's always to other ladies who write personal notes back. So the younger generation, that's not something that goes on. Although I will say I always received notes from children at Christmas time that I taught. And sometimes their parents would write me a lovely note, and I appreciated that because God knows I was helping those kids every day. So here's my question. Who gets the handwritten note from the Queen? Who, if you could write a note to someone beyond the words thank you, who would get that note?
Well, I know some people. I know right now, and I'm thinking of writing a note that have gone through some stuff.
Oh, that kind of a note.
And yeah, that kind of a that's where, or someone who's had a tough time and could use a note saying, listen, you're going to get through
Right, a
this.
little
I really,
inspiration.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I do want to, rather than text, rather than call, I will write a note,
That's lovely.
you know.
Do you prefer texting or calling?
If I don't really want to talk to the person,
Here we go. Texting is fine.
texting is fine. But for the people that are really near and dear
Right,
to
your
me, I
family.
talk to them on the phone.
You talk to them on the phone.
Yeah, I talk to them on
So
the phone.
notes, and
Yeah.
I like that you took the idea of the note and twisted it to, sometimes people just need some inspirational
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Or I've been thinking about you,
Yes.
and this is what I'm thinking, and
Yes.
encouraging you to move forward. I like that a lot because
Yeah.
that too is a dying art.
Yeah.
But yeah, so handwritten notes from the Queen must have carried a lot of clout. So if someone gets a hand note from Kay, know that that means a lot.
You'll know that you're special.
You're very special. So it's at this moment that we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we're going to come back and you can join us on the other side. Bobby, are you ready for us to take a short commercial break? Because if not, I can go on to my next segment. Okay, and look at me pivoting. Here I am. All right, so we're going to move on and we'll take a commercial break after the third segment. So back to us. At this time of the year, we are filled with thoughts of sharing and celebrating, right? That's what the season is all about. I'm torn between taking down all of my Thanksgiving paraphernalia and putting up the Christmas stuff because I feel like you have to get a jump on the Christmas stuff. But I like to keep the Thanksgiving stuff up because I am hosting Thanksgiving. Oh, so this is a perfect time for us to go to a commercial break because we can take a pause and come back and start the next segment. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Ever felt stuck with a home that just doesn't feel right anymore? Whether it's that outdated kitchen or the bathroom that needs a refreshed look, Twice as Nice Construction has got you covered. Family owned for over 20 years. Twice as Nice Construction has been providing beautiful new construction and additions and stunning remodels like kitchens and bathrooms. We're not just experts. We offer unbeatable quality and prices to help make your dream come true. Ready to start building your dream home or to give your kitchen and bathroom that much needed makeover? Contact Twice as Nice today and make your dream a reality. Visit twiceasniceremodel.com today for quality you can see and service you can trust. Twice the value, twice the commitment, Twice as Nice.
Imagine turning an ordinary gathering into an electrifying night at a Las Vegas casino. With Ace Authentic Casino and Entertainment, we bring the thrill of blackjack, roulette, poker, and more right to your door. For over 20 years, we've been transforming parties in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut into unforgettable events. Ready to elevate your next event? Experience the joy today with Ace Casino Parties. Visit us at acecasino.ny.com.
Hi, welcome back to our show. Wouldn't it be great if today we were just thankful for everything? You're here with my guest, Miss Kay Hill, also Miss New York Senior America in 2006. And we have a very, very pleasant surprise for you at the end of the show because she is such a vocalist that I thought we couldn't go without hearing her sing and setting us on our way for the holidays. This is almost like a Hallmark special that you're getting today. You're getting a podcast and a Hallmark special. So let me go back to our Queen's Court, which brings us to the third question that I wanted to discuss with Kay. And this is going to be hard for us. I'm going to tell you why. Because we are not one word people. That's the hard part here. So this is a little bit of a word association. And I thought we could try one word, then we can elaborate on it. So we'll start with the one word.
Okay.
So at this time, we are filled with thoughts of sharing and celebrating. What one word answer comes to mind for each of these Thanksgiving related terms? So I'm going to start with gratitude. What's your one word answer?
Well, it's actually two.
Now, see,
My
one.
life.
Life. Okay.
My life.
Life. So you're most appreciative of the life you've led.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So no regrets, no looking back and say, I wish I could have done things differently.
Nope.
Married the man of your dreams.
This was the path,
Right.
and I was designated to walk.
Yeah.
And so I walked it. And for good or for bad, this is my life.
This was your life. And this is your life. And the
Yes.
gratitude keeps coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Every day.
Every day. All right. I love that. Community.
Support.
I love that. Tell me more. Tell me about where you live and the support that comes from your community.
Well, I'll have community for me. It's not exactly where you live.
Okay.
It's community for me are the people that you have around you.
Right. That you choose to have around you.
That you choose to have around
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And they're your support.
Agree.
And they're your support. So where I live in an apartment complex, and I know a few of my neighbors, and but that's not how I think about community.
Okay.
Community are the people that I choose to be around, and the people that I know will be the support
Love that.
and have been the support.
So it's not just your family, it's your
No.
extended family as
Yes.
well. And maybe church people and
Exactly.
the people that you
Exactly.
choose to break bread with.
Exactly.
Okay. I love that.
Exactly.
So it's not necessarily Uniondale and Freeport. It's the people that you choose to
No.
be around. Okay. Kindness. What's one word that you think of when you think of the word kindness?
God,
Mm.
kindness. Well, it's still two words. It's everything. Everything. How shall I put it? It is ease. It does not cost you anything
Mm-hmm.
to be kind.
Right.
So why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, the first word I thought of was necessary.
Okay,
It's
good.
it's necessary.
That's good.
Yeah, because the world can be rough and tough, and your day can be miserable.
Mhm.
And kindness goes a long way with people that maybe are also not experiencing a
Right.
wonderful day.
Exactly.
Now, not village idiot kindness, like
No.
no, I'm just going to be kind, but anyone that knows Kay would say of her that she is one of the kindest people you will ever meet. It's her demeanor. It's the way she addresses you. It's the way she speaks fondly of you. And even when you're not around, even when you get a group of cameo sisters together and they start to talk about topics that bring other people into the mix, you never have a harsh word to say about anyone. You'll say your opinion,
Mhm.
you'll say your viewpoint, but there's not a harshness that comes, behind that. So kindness for
Yeah.
me is necessary. Kay and I have had this conversation before. We're very direct people. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Aha.
Exactly. That's
Aha.
right.
Please don't, because we will be stern and we will be straightforward, and let you know how we feel, but not in an abrupt way that creates more tension than
Right.
is needed. So
Exactly.
that was where I was going with kindness. Now, here's the toughest one, and we all have to agree. When everybody gets together, all the families get together, and the in-laws and the outlaws and the extended members of the family, there are going to be people there that you don't agree with on certain things. We try to keep politics and religion off the Thanksgiving table.
Yes.
But there's always that person that has somehow rubbed you the wrong way, or that person who wronged you 35 years ago and you're still holding a little bit of a grudge, or there's just something about that person and the way in which they speak to others at the table that maybe is not appropriate in your viewpoint. So the word is differences. We see it all the time at Thanksgiving. It's probably the first time everybody's coming together from having a fun time over the summer.
Mhm.
So, what's the word you associate with differences?
Respect.
I love it. Okay, expand
And,
on that.
I will say that when I was younger, much younger, I tended to be snippy, opinionated. I still am a little opinionated and sarcastic. But as I grew older, learned more,
Okay.
listened more, I came to the fact that, okay, I don't agree with this person, but I'm going to respect the position that they're giving. And they're not terrible, so I'm not going to be nasty to them. So I respect, I respect everybody's opinion. It may not be mine,
Right.
but you're entitled to have your own opinion.
Okay. So when
Yeah.
the differences appear at the Thanksgiving table, I
Yeah.
think that is the decorum everybody has to take away is,
Yeah.
and the way you respond. You can't
Right.
control how people are going to say what they're saying, but
Right.
you can certainly control how you respond
Right.
to the way in which they say things.
Yes.
It's a part of living, and differences are apparent. And sometimes, you know what? We learn a lot from our differences.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk about the American Revolution, the Ken Burns documentary, but oh my goodness
Oh,
gracious.
I saw
We
him.
thought our world was divided now,
Yeah.
nothing along the lines of the days of
Yeah.
the colonial period and the divisiveness and the
This is-
differences, and we grew to be better for it.
Right.
Okay, that was my history little
Oh, okay.
play. Okay, the last word I thought of was hope.
Well,
At Thanksgiving time, what do you think of when you think of the word hope?
what can I say? Hope is that whatever I see again, I can't think of a word.
word,
You're probably better at that. Hope is the word that you bring up when things are really bad. They're
Mhm.
really not good, but you still hold on to the fact that still hope
Mhm.
that they will get better.
Optimism.
I am definitely an optimistic person.
Same.
And I can be in a conversation, and even when I'm hearing, something that really is not, I just say to myself, okay, well, I hope that maybe this person will learn a little more
Mhm.
and things will get better.
Right. So that's the optimistic, side of it, and that's
Yeah.
what hope is: being
Yeah.
optimistic and not
Yeah.
giving up hope. Right? We could
No.
say it in so many different ways. Not to give things up.
Right.
All right. That brings us to the point of the show, which is called the crowning moment. Now, this is a little bit of a flip of the tables. So, in your lifetime, when there was a time when you truly embraced the idea of Thanksgiving by reaching out to others, you have already expressed who are the people who made a difference in your life. When do you think you made the biggest difference in someone's lifetime?
Well, I'd have to say that I only knew that I made a difference because people said something to me that I had made a difference, and I was not even thinking. I was just being me,
Right.
and they were friends or people that I knew. And so I would say that I was probably in my senior years
In your senior years.
yeah, when I started thinking that, you have to really listen to people, and you have to really try to understand what makes this person tick.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they, if it's if it's something that is really off the wall, why is that
Yeah.
You know,
What happened in their
what happened in
lifespan?
their life that caused them to be the person that they are. And if you can understand that, you might have some empathy for them, and you could say something to them that could make them feel a little less angry, a little less,
Unseen.
yes, unseen. Lots of people will say that
Yeah.
they're feeling like they're
They're not seen, right?
they're not heard. And I try to, when I can, encourage someone that to let them know that they're enough. Whatever you think someone is saying about you that's not your problem. That's their problem.
Right.
You are enough
Right.
in who you are.
Right.
So that's been my thing.
That's probably how your children feel, right?
Yes.
That
yes.
you made them feel that value.
Oh, yes.
Right?
You're and speaking of children, it's what my husband and I both said. No matter what anyone else says, we say that you're okay.
Hmm.
And if we say it, you're okay.
Right.
So other people's opinion that's their issue.
Right.
It's never, I never take on other people's, if they say something about me, I don't take it on because that's fine.
Oh, I wish I was like that. I wish I was like that. I have to learn to be that way.
Well, when you get to be 82.
Okay, well, I have a few more years. I hope I get there because that is something that is a good lesson to learn.
It's not your problem.
It's not your problem, but you do. You think about, you personify that's what they think of me and that's what they see in me. But you're right; it's their judgment. It shouldn't be how you view yourself.
I could tell you, I never really cared about what people thought of me.
I know that about you.
No,
I know.
Only my family.
Only your family.
Only my family and my tight friends.
Right.
But other people, I don't care.
Okay.
No.
Everybody learn from this. This is the master. Okay. So we have great things coming up because we have a very good surprise for you that Kay has agreed to sing a song, and she's going to take a little water while I introduce who's coming up on our December series. So my royal invitation for you to come back will be the first show in December, which will be on December the 9th. And we will be welcoming Miss Susan Gaddy, who is a published author, a business advisor, and a strategist. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting Susan as a result of my friendship with Donna Eineman, who was on my second show. And what I've learned from Susan is that she specializes in mentoring women 55 plus on how to turn decades of experience into their next big chapter. And she too was a former school teacher. So we instantly linked and we instantly bonded. And she has so many amazing insights about women who are transitioning, turning careers into something that they never dreamed of that they could do. And today she leads a company called Disruptive Spark, which is a consulting company dedicated to expanding brand awareness. And we've had the pleasure of sitting at dinners together and being on platforms together and being speakers together. And she's fascinating to listen to because she thinks the way I do, in the sense of, a whiteboard and big swirling thoughts and arrows going everywhere. If you ever saw my board at my classroom, you would think there was a revolution going on, which most of the time there was. And I would have to say to you that I love the way she puts things together. And she's helped numerous companies as a result of her patterns and her methodologies. So we're going to have Susan on the December 9th show, which will be the first in that month, getting ready for the holiday. But before we leave our hearts and minds full of gratitude and kindness, which I hope that came across during this show, Miss Kay Hill will now ingratiate us with a beautiful, beautiful song. So sit back, relax, and get ready for the holidays.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends holding hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you get
Wow.
any better than that?
Oh God,
Come
I don't know.
on.
I'm going to be.
Come on, let's just reflect on those words, and
Yes,
and
yes.
you know,
It's
just meaningful and important,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
Louis Armstrong, and it's all of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
and
It's what I thought of at this time, in this space, and what we're celebrating.
fitting.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I want to thank you very much for coming tonight. This was wonderful. I hope everybody had a glass of red wine or a little cognac or brandy near a fire, because it's a cold night here in New York and rainy, and that just soothes the soul. So thank you to Miss Cahill. Have a blessed, blessed Thanksgiving, and we'll see you in December. Good night.